Every challenge is an opportunity to cultivate virtue, learn from our mistakes, and grow stronger. Whether facing failure, rejection, or any form of hardship, each obstacle offers us a chance to strengthen our emotional resilience. By confronting adversity head-on, we discover what we are truly capable of and push ourselves beyond our perceived limits. Emotional strength does not come from avoiding discomfort, but from stepping into it and learning to thrive within it. The Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." When we take on challenges, we condition ourselves to handle the next trial with greater composure and fortitude. By embracing discomfort and pushing through difficult moments, we develop a sense of mastery over our emotions and an unshakable belief in our ability to navigate any storm. Emotional strength is born out of a commitment to rise above life's inevitable trials and to maintain equanimity in the face of adversity. The sixth habit is to practice self-reflection. In order to grow emotionally stronger, it is essential to regularly examine our thoughts, behaviors, and emotions. The Stoics believe that self-reflection is a critical tool for personal growth and emotional resilience. By taking the time to reflect on our actions, we can identify areas where we may be reacting impulsively or irrationally and work to improve those areas. Self-reflection also helps us understand our values and beliefs, enabling us to align our actions with our principles. By being honest with ourselves and acknowledging both our strengths and weaknesses, we can build a more resilient and grounded mindset that is less affected by external circumstances. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, often emphasized the importance of daily self-reflection. In his meditations, he wrote that before embarking on any task, we should ask ourselves whether we are acting in accordance with reason and virtue. By regularly taking a step back and examining our actions and thoughts, we create space for growth and understanding. Self-reflection helps us identify when we may be influenced by negative emotions, such as anger or fear, and allows us to course-correct before those emotions get the better of us. As we reflect on our experiences and learn from our mistakes, we cultivate emotional resilience and become more capable of responding to challenges in a measured, thoughtful way. The seventh habit is to detach from the opinions of others. One of the main sources of emotional instability is our tendency to seek validation and approval from others. We often base our self-worth on what others think of us, leading to anxiety, insecurity, and a lack of emotional strength. Stoicism teaches us that the opinions of others should not dictate how we feel about ourselves. Instead, we should focus on developing our own internal sense of self-worth, based on our values and principles. By detaching ourselves from the need for external validation, we free ourselves from the emotional roller coaster of seeking approval from others and become more emotionally independent. The Stoics believe that external validation is an unreliable source of happiness. It is fleeting and dependent on the opinions and judgments of others, which are often unpredictable and beyond our control. By detaching from the need for approval, we reclaim our emotional autonomy. This does not mean that we disregard the opinions of others entirely, but it encourages us to place less importance on them in comparison to our own values. When we base our self-worth on external factors, we are at the mercy of those factors. However, by grounding our sense of self in internal values, we develop a more stable and resilient emotional foundation. Detachment from external validation allows us to maintain peace of mind and emotional strength regardless of how others perceive us. The eighth habit is to forgive. Holding on to grudges and resentment is one of the most destructive things we can do to our emotional well-being. The Stoics believe that forgiveness is essential for emotional strength because it frees us from the burden of negative emotions. When we hold on to anger or bitterness, we allow the actions of others to control our emotions, which weakens our resilience. Forgiveness does not mean condoning harmful behavior, but rather releasing the emotional grip that resentment holds over us. By practicing forgiveness, we reclaim our emotional power and allow ourselves to move forward with greater peace and strength. Forgiveness is not a favor to the person who has wronged us. It is a gift we give to ourselves. By holding on to anger and resentment, we remain tethered to the past and allow negative emotions to consume our present. Forgiveness liberates us from this cycle of emotional turmoil, freeing us to live more peacefully and with greater emotional clarity. In the words of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, it is not death or pain that is to be feared, but the fear of pain or death. The fear of holding onto resentment and the emotional burden that comes with it can be far more damaging than the original wrong itself. By practicing forgiveness, we free ourselves from that burden and strengthen our emotional resilience. The ninth habit is to maintain perspective. Emotional strength is largely about maintaining a balanced perspective in the face of difficulties. When we are in the midst of a difficult situation, it can be easy to lose sight of the bigger picture and become overwhelmed by our emotions. Stoicism teaches us to step back and view challenges from a broader perspective. By remembering that life is full of ups and downs, and that every hardship is temporary, we can maintain our emotional equilibrium. This perspective allows us to approach difficulties with a sense of calm and resilience, knowing that we have faced challenges before and will face them again. One powerful technique that Stoics use to maintain perspective is the practice of negative visualization. This involves imagining the worst-case scenario and considering how we would respond to it. This exercise helps us prepare mentally for adversity and builds resilience by forcing us to confront the possibility of hardship before it happens. By doing so, we remove some of the fear and anxiety that often accompany difficult situations. When we face challenges in reality, we can approach them with the understanding that we have already thought through our responses and know that we are capable of handling them. This practice helps us maintain a calm, clear-headed approach to problems, strengthening our emotional stability. The 10th and final habit is to practice intentionality. Emotional strength comes from living with purpose and intention. Stoicism teaches that we should not allow ourselves to be swept along by the current of life, but instead, we should actively choose how we respond to each moment. By setting clear intentions for how we want to live and how we want to react to challenges, we create a sense of direction and purpose that guides our actions. This intentionality helps us remain focused on what truly matters, rather than getting caught up in distractions or negative emotions. When we live with intention, we take control of our emotional responses and direct our energy toward what is most important to us. Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius emphasize the importance of living with purpose, not allowing life to pass us by without thoughtful consideration of our actions. By reflecting on our core values and setting intentions that align with those values, we create a strong foundation for emotional resilience. Every decision becomes an opportunity to strengthen our character and deepen our emotional strength. Living intentionally means that we are not at the mercy of fleeting emotions or external circumstances, but are instead grounded in our sense of purpose and values. In conclusion, emotional strength is not something that happens overnight, but is developed through consistent practice and commitment to personal growth. By adopting the habits of acceptance, mindfulness, gratitude, embracing discomfort, self-reflection, detachment from others' opinions, forgiveness, maintaining perspective, and living with intentionality, we can build a mindset that is emotionally resilient and capable of weathering life's challenges. Stoicism provides us with the tools to become emotionally strong, not by avoiding difficulties, but by learning to respond to them with wisdom, patience, and inner peace. Emotional strength is built through the cultivation of habits that support mental clarity, emotional balance, and inner peace. The Stoics understood that life is unpredictable and challenges are inevitable. However, they also knew that through intentional practice and a disciplined mind, we could face these challenges with strength and resilience. By embracing the Stoic principles outlined in these 10 habits, we can develop the emotional fortitude to thrive in a world full of uncertainty and adversity. Ultimately, emotional strength is about learning to trust ourselves, our values, and our ability to navigate life with wisdom and integrity. It is about becoming the best version of ourselves, regardless of what the world may throw our way. By committing to these Stoic practices, we empower ourselves to live with purpose, face hardship with grace, and cultivate the emotional resilience necessary to lead fulfilling lives. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon for more videos on philosophy and self-improvement. And hey, share this video with someone who might need a little calm in their chaos. Until next time, stay strong and stay stoic.